I'm Jim Juback, and welcome to this week's Trend of the Week video. This week's video is, should you sell Nvidia? Now, let's look at a chart of Nvidia and you'll see why this question comes up. So, you see that this has not been a bad year for Nvidia, but here we've got the most recent, this is post-earnings. So, Nvidia is up 44% in the last month, 67% in the last 3 months, year to date 166%. The PE on this stock is now on trailing earnings 203, which, considering that the average market PE is somewhere around 25, 28 for a growth stock, this is really extraordinarily high priced. You'd say this is an Aaron Judge stock. The question is whether you now get the value of an Aaron Judge. But that's the trailing PE. The forward PE is just 84, which means that it's actually at a discount to its projected earnings growth. That the current quarter projections, that's for the second quarter, is for growth in revenue of 302%. For growth for the quarter after that is 286%. For the year as a whole, 132%. As you can see, if you can count on a stock to grow at 286% or 132%, a PE of 84 for that is really not that out of line. The problem is that when you start to go out a little further, you get a huge reversion to normality, if you will, so that for the next year, the growth rate is only 34%. So the question is, as it always is with these stocks, that Nvidia's come out and said, hey, we're going to grow, we grew at 112% in the last quarter, we see 100% growth for the rest of the year. The question always is, well, at some point, people said at 100% growth, a forward PE of 84 is worth it. At some point, however, the company comes out and says, well, you know, it's hard to grow 100% every year forever. At some point, the company will say, hey, we're only going to grow at 50% or 30%. And at that point, people are going to say, hey, this is a really expensive stock. So the issue is when that's going to happen. I think we're looking at short-term trading patterns. We had a lot of people go short Nvidia before earnings with the idea the company stock was already overpriced. One of the reasons we had that huge jump that you see at the end of the chart on earnings was that a lot of shorts decided, oh, I got to cover, so they bought Nvidia. And I think we're going to see that again the next time the company reports. The company reports again in August. So look for a lot of trading volatility around that date. A little further out, the question is what we're going to start to see in terms of guidance for 2024, and at a stock price at this level, I think what you want to do is you want to hold on until you get some signs that growth is not going to be guided to a projection of 110%, 105%. At that point, the stock starts to look really expensive, and at that point, a door is a good thing to find. But right now, I would say, hey, ride it, at least for the rest of the year. This is not call on what the rest of the market is going to do, but right now everybody is saying, hey, if I'm looking for a place to put money right now in a market and an economy that seems kind of shaky, Nvidia or any stock growing at 112% a year is a pretty good place to put money. So I think hang on to this one, even though we all know that a PE of 203 on trailing 12 month is really a little expensive. So this has been Jim Juback. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you get more notification when we do the next one. We're doing about 3 a week. You can go to my free site. It's got more portfolios, including ones that contain Nvidia. And that's free. JubackPicks.com. You find a link to that down below. My paid site, JubackAM.com, which has 6 portfolios instead of 3, including a volatility portfolio, which added Nvidia a month ago I guess March 24th. So that's 2 months ago. We've got about a 45% gain. So that's in a volatility portfolio that's only on the paid site. You find it down below. If you already are a member of Dewback Picks, you've been getting a notice about subscription notice saying, hey, I'm doing a piece, looks for the next Nvidia. If you subscribe, you can get that special report, 20% off. So that should be in your mailbox if you're already signed up for Dewback Picks. If you haven't signed up for Dewback Picks to get stuff in your mailbox, including the daily posts, go to the site and do that. It's free. Also, I'm going to put up a link down below to a post that I'm going to do on 10 stocks for the AI gold rush. The post I'll put up on social media will just be the names of the 10 stocks. If you go to Dewback Picks and sign up for my emails, you'll get access to a post which has not just the 10 names, but also the reasoning behind each one, which has a certain amount of value, I think. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next week.